How's it going, guys? Me, Deigo, here for another shave, and today it's been a long-awaited one. Today I'm going to be using SoCal Hipster. This is going to be the meetup soap that Peter Charkalis did for the San Diego meetup. It's a very fruity scent with some sandalwood and musk added to it to kind of help mellow it out, so it's not overly fruity, not overly feminine. Just it's real nice, very, very unique scent. I'm happy with it. And of course the matching aftershave to go along with it. Now, Peter showed up to the meetup and he actually didn't bring me one, that selfish bastard. So after a little bit of harassment, when he flew down here to LA as the midway point for when he flies to Australia, he actually brought me one. And damn right, I should have one. So here we are. I have it here. It is with that new goat's milk, tallow, and lanolin formula that he was developing. It's a fantastic formula. I've already used it in a number of things. The Novelist, Asian Plum. Yeah, and it's badass. So in terms of performance, it's not going to be nothing new. I'm very familiar with this formula. I was part of the tester group with 6 other guys, you know. And yeah, and we pretty much came to a consensus that this is a badass formula. So here I am going to use it today. I'm going to be using my Declarations Brushworks. Declarations Brushworks has been getting a lot of buzz as of lately. Why lately? I don't know. This is from his first batch of hair here, and I think it's amazing. One of my favorite knots, period. So I'm kind of, maybe I should pay attention. I haven't been paying attention to the groups much. And maybe if I do a little searching on the groups, I figure out why it's all the wild buzz just now. But dude, from this very first batch of hair, this is phenomenal stuff. Scott Stewart does amazing work here, and it's cool because these are knots that are hand sorted and put together here in America, which of course is very different. I think the only other knots that are here in America, which I hear good things about them too, are I think those Elite Manchurians. Those ones are real flat top knots, which I'm not a fan of. The few like pure flat top knots that I've used have been too floppy. Theirs has a very thick black band on their Manchurian, so I imagine that will help with the backbone, but I don't know. I also find that the pure flat top knots are hideous. This one's kind of a hybrid. It's flatter than most knots that you'll see, but it does have a little bit of bulb action, so I think that really helps with the aesthetics. The flat top knots, they're just really, really ugly to me. But I hear really good things, so I definitely probably have to get myself one of those sometime soon. I have some handles here that I want to get re-knotted, so that's probably something that'll happen sometime in this next few months. I'm going to load nice and heavy. This is a huge knot. This is, I think they're 28 millimeter or 27. Well, either way, it's a big beefy mug, so I got to make sure there's a lot of soap. And again, when you have as much soap as I do, it's stupid to be greedy with the soap. Risking a bad shave just to be cheap doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Soap in general is pretty inexpensive, so if I need a replacement, I mean, even if you don't want to go the artisan route, some people argue that artisan soaps are expensive. I don't believe so, but you can always dip into like the Arcos. I have a lot of the cheap mass-produced stuff. Arco, $2 a stick, and performance is great. Scent's a little funny. That lemon pledge industrial scent, but it still works. But the artisan soaps are just better. And it's kind of funny because before, a lot of people didn't have issue. Or not that they have an issue, but there wasn't all the complaining about, stuff like Martin DeCondre being like $60 to $80, whatever the price may be. There wasn't a whole lot of argument about it. It was expensive, and those people that could afford it would get it. But the American artisan market is so good now that soaps like that have damn near become obsolete. Now, people will still buy it because it's a cool name brand. They work well, but the price you're getting in relationship to performance is just is not a good value anymore. With a lot of the high-end stuff, X-Spec, I love X-Spec. I use it, I have it, I really enjoy it. But with all the stuff out there, you're not getting the price per ounce in relationship to the performance, it just doesn't make a lot of sense now to get a lot of that high-end stuff. So it kind of really ruined the market for like Expect, Martin DeCondre, Check and Speak, Antigua Barbaria Cola, and I know there's another one that I'm thinking offhand. And it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to invest money on that kind of stuff. They're still cool to have. Some of the scents are very nice, but they just don't. They're just not necessary anymore to get that real premium shave. Had a lot of growth, probably about a week's worth of growth on my face. So plenty of hair to take off. Yesterday was my last day at Old Town shaving, so a little bit bittersweet. It's nice to have more flexibility with my weekends. But, you know, met a lot of cool people at the shop. Making a little extra money never hurts, but it's cool. You know, I'm going to be able to spend a lot more time with the wife now. And we had fun. We're going to go out to eat today right now. With a couple of my kids from the softball team, just as a thank you, you know, for all their help. I always enjoy all my kids, but you know, there's always those certain kids that are just more helpful. They really go out of the way to do what they can for you. So, I'm gonna take them out to a lunch. And then get some stuff ready for senior night. Senior night's coming up. And, you know, set off the seniors right and get some set some gifts up for them. And don't know exactly what we're gonna do on that end, but there'll be some cool things. Like the shave after letting your hair grow as much as it was. And again, I know it doesn't grow as fast as a lot of people, but it just... some people, there's two different experiences that I've noticed that people get. When they haven't shaved for a long time, there's two different sides. Some people get irritation because their skin isn't used to the rigors of shaving, I guess. Or in my case, I get some of the best shaves I've ever had when I allow that growth. It just feels so good. The results great. It's just really, really good. Like some of my young guys, when they don't shave for a while, they really break out when they shave again for the first time in a few weeks, or a week, or however long it is. Me, not so much. It's a very pleasant experience. So for those of you guys who weren't able to make it to the SoCal meetup, no worries. I'm gonna try to set something up again. I'm thinking maybe August-ish. Here in the Long Beach area, maybe one of the smaller cities, the neighborhood, because there's this neighborhood pretty close to me that has real nice bars and restaurants on the street and a cigar lounge. Something I want to do, and this one, since it's going to be local to me, it's going to be a little bit more of the style that I desire for a meetup. All the raffles are cool. The commemorative soaps are great. All the hoopla are good. But what I really enjoy in meetups is the social aspect of it. I like to be able to have dinner with my friends and just chat, just talk, just chop it up there for a bit. So all that other stuff is really just kind of not very relevant to me. Again, for those people that like all that stuff, that's great. You know, that's cool. Oscar did a great job in San Diego setting up a lot of stuff. But that's just not something I really care about. I want to see my friends. So when I set that up, again, I'll have pretty much everything to do with it because I'm pretty much the only one in this area. There's a few exceptions, like my buddy David Torres. He's pretty close by. Roberto Sanchez is pretty close by. Dave Mendoza, but they're still kind of in an opposite direction for me, but it's still pretty close. But yeah, I just want to set something up that we actually get to sit down and chill. That's what I like. I don't care about all the other stuff. I'm not gonna try to mimic a big shave or none of that stuff, or even some of the other meetups. Like, it's a beautiful area. We're gonna have beautiful weather. I shouldn't have to, in my opinion, if you want to come and meet your friends, and talk with your friends, there's not a much better situation than being in a beautiful neighborhood with beautiful weather, eating good food, with good conversation. So I just don't need all that other stuff. Like, there's a lot of people are stressed out about not a lot of people signing up for the San Diego one. And I didn't care at all. I wasn't worried because people are going to want to go. You know, you don't need a lot of convincing to have to go to San Diego. It's gorgeous. But again, even if it was like 10, 15 dudes, I would have been happy. There was ended up being, I think, like 40, 50 people. And that's great. But again, as long as I got to see the Brent Jacobson, Peter, Oscar, and all them, I don't care about all the sideshow stuff. So just look at that. I know I was talking to Brent and my buddy Andrew, Darth Razor, for those of you guys that see him, and they were open with that fact because again, that's the best part of it. Meetup started out small, a little bit more intimate, and just being able to get to know each other. And that's what really pushed me to get more involved in the community. So that's actually what I am aiming for. And you guys don't see me do this all that often with soaps. The slickness on this soap is incredible even after the fact. Just touching up some stuff. With my hair a little bit longer, I do need to do these little touch-ups because, again, it gets a little rough. But that's pretty much it. Touch those up. So be on the lookout for that. Me and Rocio will plan something cool. Again, something a little bit more just of a social gathering as opposed to all the other, as opposed to an event. These meetups shouldn't be a chore. And if they're a chore, if they're hard work, why do them? It's supposed to be enjoyable. There shouldn't be any salty feelings afterwards. There shouldn't be any bad taste in your mouth. We should just be able to go meet up. Just like when you're kids. When you're kids, you just call up the homies and say, hey, let's meet up right here and let's do it. It shouldn't be that difficult. We're grown-ups. We shouldn't need a bunch of distractions when we go somewhere. We should be able to just show up and just have a good time, just whatever the hell we're doing. I don't need a damn circus. So that's going to be cool. I look forward to that. Again, still with Old Town Shaving closing down, a lot of people are bummed out about no Big Shave West. Feelings are hurt about the shop closing. That doesn't mean that has to end the fun. We have a lot of good times. The building's great. The nostalgia of everything. The vibe of the building's cool. But people are what make it what it is. Old Town Shaving would be nothing without the community and the people that were brought in. And the good times we had there wasn't because of the building. It was because of the company we had. So that's what we really got to pay attention to. Hopefully everybody got some good deals on the Martin DeCondre and their ABC and Expect and all that stuff. And yeah, so good stuff is still ahead. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm not even tripping. There are other alternatives. None of them will have the vibe of Old Town Shaving. It was definitely a special place in terms of the vibe and the setting that it had. But the people are what make the community great, and the community will continue to be great for those people that decide to take part in it in a positive way. Babe, first video in a while. Did you want to say anything? Huh? This is the first video I put up in a while. Did you have any wise words for the audience?
I don't have any wise words. No. Happy Sunday. No. Hurry up, we can go eat.
Happy Sunday.
I'm hungry.
All right. Well, those are the excellent words from Rocio. So there you go. You know, what better way to end the video? I know you're starving. Thank you, babe. I know you're wasting away over there. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm not going to make any promises into when I'm going to do another video. I do enjoy making the videos, but it's been a feeling. Then I talked about it with some people that I haven't been getting anywhere with the channel. I'm not trying to get rich doing this. That's foolish. I don't care about that. But I'm just feeling that my reach hasn't gained any ground. And those of you guys that stuck with me through this whole time, most of the videos are consistent amount of views, 300 to 500. So I would assume it's probably a lot of the same dudes. But it's just one of those things that there has to be an end game. And you always have to feel like you're progressing. And I kind of feel like I haven't been progressing much with the channel. So I'm going to be doing videos because, again, I do enjoy it. These conversations that I have, well, I guess kind of to myself, but with you guys in mind. I get, well, whatever. I enjoy them, but to invest so much time into something, you have to feel like you're moving forward, and I don't feel that it has been. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But again, for all the friends that I've made up to this point, I appreciate you guys. I look forward to more ahead. And I just don't know how heavy my involvement will be in terms of like the public aspect like this. I have a pretty tight-knit group of friends, and I continue to make more and more little by little. And that's been cool. So I look forward to building those relationships a little bit more in a in-person way of it with these meetups. And again, smaller meetups, so it's just more convenient, and we're able to do them more often. As opposed to just looking forward to that one a year. There's no reason why we can't get together every few months to do something simple. Just to touch base with each other, make sure everybody's living a good life, man. And that's probably going to be my goal going forward in terms of my involvement. Getting the individuals that are here in Southern California, and anybody else is willing to take the trip out here for events, just keeping us all in touch in a little bit better way, as opposed to just being strictly on the Facebook groups. It could be a little bit exhausting at times. So thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you.